Chris, you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
They can't just do that, man. It's not fair.
Do what?
They can't do it.
Write off Vox's storyline like that?
No.
No?
I don't care about Vox.
Is this Lorca's death? You weren't here to talk about last week?
Lorca was cool, but no.
Oh, is this Tilly related?
They just killed her, man.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to see Captain Killy.
Yeah.
They just offed her with some throwaway dialogue.
Yeah, you didn't even get an explanation like Klingons just did it?
She deserved better, man.
I don't know. She pretty much failed her crew and her ship. Greetings, welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jefficho, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Chris, you missed last week's review, so you got anything for us?
Well, one thing that I think we should at least call attention to is near the end there, we had that little bit of spore land on Tilly before they left. And just the way the camera hung onto it and just the kind of things we've been seeing from Discovery so far this season, I'm expecting something to come of that. And what I'm expecting is we're going to be getting flashes of Lorca somehow.
Yeah, you think Lorca getting dropped into the spore thing is going to turn out to be in Tilly's mind? Because I'd totally be cool if Tilly starts hallucinating Lorca all the time in season 2.
Yeah, we can see, we can get Jason Isaacs back a bit, because, I mean, you and I have been agreeing for this whole run that he's been fantastic here.
Yeah, my only hope now lies in whatever Tyler is.
Yeah. But I think it's there's obviously going to be something going on with that little bit of spore and Tilly there, and I think it's a pretty safe bet that it's got something to do with Lorca, as he was the last person into the spore, the spores.
So Chris, jumping into this episode, what do you think about the arrival of Cornwell and her little mercenary force?
Yeah, that was interesting. Just like right before that, the very first scene we got from this show, we had the dude on the outer ring of the Discovery painting the U back on, and I love how they have their priorities straight.
Yeah, that was a high priority.
Yeah, just, re-ramp power here, get this back working, and paint a U on my goddamn hull.
I would have just explained it to Starfleet rather than that, but
there we go. I think, did she teleport through their shields?
Well, it's called transporting, Chris, but they beam through the shields.
Yeah.
I assume somehow she has the codes for them. However, if she thought they were the other Discovery, then I wouldn't have risked it.
But she knows they're not the other Discovery because
they painted it.
They blew up because they painted it.
Yeah.
Captain Killy would not have thought to do that.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace. But yeah, apparently other Discovery got blown up like immediately.
Discovery was destroyed by Klingons 9 months ago. I saw the debris with my own eyes.
That wreckage belonged to the Terran Discovery. The two ships switched places when we jumped across universes.
Did they actually say why they were so hostile to the Discovery?
Not really. You would think that it was, that's why I theorized Discovery saw Federation first, because they would have left a bad impression on them that Discovery is a problem.
Yeah.
But they didn't really go into that.
No. So I'm not quite sure why it was such a hostile bit there.
Why did Sarek go straight for Saru instead of Burnham?
Yeah, also it was like just aggressive mind melding.
Yeah. Even Mirror Sarek was kind of polite about it.
Well, yeah, he was. But he just went straight for it. He's like, gonna violate you incredibly intimately now.
Trek Gangula, I'm about to be violated.
Yeah.
Start with him.
Ambassador, what are you doing?
What the times require. My mind's your mind.
So that was a little weird. That was sort of reminiscent of the very rapey scene at the end of Star Trek 6 where Spock's got to get the information out of Valeris there.
Yeah, that wasn't as rapey as Shinzon.
Yeah, well...
That was rapey.
Okay. Yeah, poor Troy. She got him back, though.
She did.
Yeah.
After everything settled down and we got that unnecessary phaser blast.
So rude.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, we didn't see Lorca's tribble either, and I'm wondering if she got to that as well.
Like, I'm assuming Lorca's fortune cookie family business was also for regular Lorca, and she's pretty much putting the blame on the fortune cookies, which is from his family.
Yeah, that's misplaced anger. The fortune cookies did nothing wrong.
You know, throw a reference back here from Star Trek VI Undiscovered Country. You fire a disintegration blast on a starship, alarms and security show up. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's the second time we've hit Star Trek 6 already, but I'm also pretty sure that that's never been a rule in literally any other Star Trek except for Star Trek 6.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it makes sense, and it absolutely should be.
How many times do we get disintegration blasts on board?
Yeah.
Why not simply vaporize them?
Like this? At ease. As you know, Commander Chekhov, no one can fire an unauthorized phaser aboard a starship.
Did someone fire off a phaser?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
After that, we pretty much head to the medical bay, where we hear Tyler's pretty much cured.
And we still don't know who the CMO is.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that
we
guy.
We will not find out till next season.
No, we're not going to find out ever. We still haven't seen that guy from the cargo bay that
I really have hope that next season we pick 7 people and say, this is your crew. You can kill them off, but tell me their replacements.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, so what, they just medically fixed Tyler?
Well, I think we decided that that's what L'Rell did.
Yeah?
Because she gave us she gave us the nice death scream, so, like, Vok should be gone, because there's no reason for her to do that if it's just a room full of humans.
Alright, but even though that happened, Tyler should not be allowed to roam the ship, just with a safety bracelet, without a security escort. Just in case.
Yeah,
just to be safe.
That did kind of seem like a weird mid-ground. Either he is Tyler and things are fine, or he might still be Vok and he needs to be under very, very close supervision.
And even if he was 100% safe, he needs to be protected from Stamets and anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, the crew seemed to accept him. Stamets threw a little shade at him, but whatever.
Yeah. I actually did like that. That was a very good Star Trek scene, when everyone came to his table. Because that's exactly the kind of humanity that Star Trek should be promoting, the understanding and the accepting and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I did enjoy Stamets' little talk with him, too. Like, do you feel pain in the pit of your stomach there? Good. That means you might still be human.
Yeah, he is very mad for very good and obvious reasons, but, he can still... He can still see it a bit, right?
Yeah.
So, is he human or Klingon?
Neither. Both?
Tyler's situation kind of reminds me of Michael from Stargate, which was also a Star Trek actor, Trip from Enterprise.
Yeah.
Where they basically took the enemy and they turned him into a human, or maybe just cured him.
I have become what I am out of necessity. The need to survive.
You became what you are out of vengeance.
Do you not punish criminals in your world? Are they not put to justice?
Is this justice to you? Killing hundreds of thousands of innocent people across this galaxy?
They would not be dead had you not made me the subject of your vicious experiment. Their blood is on your hands.
Yeah, he's kind of a middle ground now. Like, he's not... They're even saying he's not Tyler, but he's not Vok. So he's kind of somebody new, which maybe that means he's going to hang around.
Yeah. I'm wondering what this... I mean, I assume this is going to be super classified, but part of me wonders what this means for Worf as the first Klingon in Starfleet. Right?
I think everything that happens in Discovery is super classified when it comes to canon.
Yeah. That seems to be their go-to. Hey, how about we do this? It's like, you can't, because we've already said this 400 times. Well, what if it's classified?
What if Merkins was at the bottom of that fortune cookie?
Yeah, what if... Oh, my God.
Just gorging on fortune cookies, about to have a baby, then she killed multiple triples.
Oh, my goodness.
Bastard.
So, Chris, they pretty much get a 9-month history lesson.
Yeah.
And Cornwell tells them that 20% of the Federation's pretty much taken over.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's still 80% though.
Well, yeah, you and I were talking about this, but I feel like before you lose 20% of your territory, you've given up a lot in terms of, like, resources and starships and stuff actually trying to defend your borders.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they have a lot of starships right now. They're like, oh, the remainder of our fleet's gone to protect Earth. Like, so you're giving up on the other 70%?
Yeah, the rest of the Federation.
Yeah. No, and
these just seem like Starfleet ships. Like, what are the Klingons and Andorian ships doing? We only saw representatives from, like, they were all wearing Starfleet uniforms in that little communication there.
I was a little disappointed when the ship approached and we didn't get to see it.
Mm-hmm. Also, I did like that we actually did get Andorian and Tellarite aliens as part of the party, though.
Yeah,
it's nice to see some more species diversity.
They were actually in Starfleet, which you didn't really see at that time.
Yeah.
24 houses, Chris.
24.
So it's not one leader. It's 24 houses just running around graffitiing things, taking prizes.
Yeah.
Starbase 1, it was said we shouldn't warp there. It's not safe. But everywhere they warped, it was safe.
It was fine. Yeah.
Starbase 1 is our only remaining sanctuary. Can you jump us there?
Well, it's 100 AUs from Earth and over a light year from our current position.
I need to nitpick Starbase 1 because they definitely screwed up some stuff there.
Yeah.
So Stamets says that Starbase 1 is like 100 AUs from Earth, and an AU is not that far. It's the distance between Earth to the Sun. That's like still in our solar system.
They did call it their backyard.
Yeah. So, yes, it's within the solar system. It's 100 AUs from Earth, but when we saw it, it was around an Earth-like planet. So what the hell planet is that? And why aren't we more freaked out that Klingons blew up the Starbase around our planet?
Yeah. If that's the one around our planet, which we have seen in movies,
yeah.
Then yeah, we're pretty much screwed, and those ships should go to Earth and blow up that Starbase.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much screwed at that.
So yeah, I don't know what they meant. Did they mean 100 light years and this was in a different system, or
it would have to be? But they said it was backyard, so I mean,
well, backyard on like a galaxy scale is like a couple systems away, sure, but
I don't.
If that was okay. What they said on screen was that was Earth, basically. They said it was that close to Earth, so that was Earth we were looking at, and they incredibly underreacted for that. But given their reaction, that really shouldn't be around Earth, and I'm confused. That was a goof, and I want to know where this actually was.
They showed you the graph, but 80% of the Federation's still there. Mm-hmm. So show me some Federation icons, because all I'm seeing is Klingon, so I can't compare what's missing and what's still there.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
The resemblance is remarkable.
The resemblance is remarkable.
One thing I really liked about this episode was we actually got to slow down and have some conversations between these characters. Like some older TNG episodes or something like that. We got to actually discuss things. That was nice.
Yeah, I did find it odd that the resemblance was remarkable for everybody.
I see now that the time for peace has passed. I need you to tell me, how did you defeat the Klingon Empire?
We got Sarek talking to her about her child. They're comparing children.
They're comparing Burnhams.
And then Georgiou coming up with her little plan to help Burnham out.
You must destroy the tumor at its source. How much do you know about Qo'noS?
I mean, I guess 9 months removed, it's easy for us to say this, but Starfleet is getting very, very desperate over here.
Yeah, I don't really agree with the indecision there.
Yeah, there's a couple things about that bother me. One, it's like super reckless. You're putting like the emperor of this, evil, for lack of a better word, organization in charge of trying to save you, and like, this is sort of a trope you see sometimes on TV, I guess, but what's a change in tactics going to do for you? Like, what's she gonna do? Just say, like, be more genocidal. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks, yeah, we needed you around for that.
Or we're gonna jump to the Klingon homeworld and possibly destroy it.
Yeah.
Which, actually, there is a planet that seems to be getting destroyed in the trailer for next week, and if it's Qo'noS, got cannon police on that one, please.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I guarantee you that's a simulation. We've had some questionable cannon brushes by Discovery so far, but they're not going to blow up a planet, right?
I thought that in 2009 Star Trek.
Well, that was its own universe.
Yeah.
They can blow up what they want there, and it doesn't matter.
It's true.
And boy, did they blow up a lot of things.
They did. Mm-hmm. The Enterprise, like everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
We do get a bit of Laurel and Cornwell talking, and Laurel explains some stuff to her. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Klingons have tasted your blood. Conquer us, or we will never relent.
Yeah, again, like we had lots of good conversations. The conversation between Tyler and Burnham needed to happen.
Yeah,
I thought he came on a little strong at the start there, but they had a good talk.
I found it funny that she forced him to be like, "Oh, you have to be alone to fix yourself. You can't have support for that." I hope he is in the next episode going down on the planet with him, though. It kind of looked like he was there.
Yeah.
Because it would make no logical sense to bring him, so I hope he's there. Mm-hmm. Just like, you don't put the Emperor in the captain chair.
Yes.
Especially when she threatens Saru for food.
Yeah.
I just ate one of you.
Yeah.
Yesterday we dined on the entrails of his brethren, and today you seek his favor?
I did kind of like, the mirroring of their situations, how they've both been, like, stripped of rank and are probably going to end up in a prison cell somewhere.
Yeah.
Especially since Burnham actually doesn't have Lorca pulling for her anymore. Why isn't she in prison right now?
Because of her good ideas, and Saru's going to back her up all of a sudden now. Yeah. A couple episodes after episode 8, I hate you. You've earned my respect.
Yeah, you're fine.
You did things that we couldn't have done.
Yeah.
I do want to go back on Laurel there, though. She did reveal her plan to Cornwall, and it was her and Vox stealing the Discovery so that all Takuna followers would follow her.
Yeah.
That's a terrible plan.
Well, they'd have a cool ship that could do cool things.
Yeah, but, would they hold on to Stamets? Because if I was Stamets and I'm being tortured and forced to do things against my own government, I'd probably just jump into a star.
Yeah, that probably would be what ended up happening, but they didn't know that. They just knew there was this magic starship that teleported everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think they had any reason to believe it was like a person that was needed for the engine.
Yeah, they would have had no clue on that one. Yeah. But not a well thought out plan, I don't think.
Maybe.
I mean, I think most of Takuma's followers were killed.
Yeah, that's true. That's why they needed new ones.
They had their own room.
Yeah, they had their own room.
So Chris, we jump to the Veda system.
Yeah.
And Stamets has got sort of his Genesis probe thing.
Yeah, it definitely reminded me of that.
Yeah, doing the terraforming, rebuilding his mycelial network. I wonder if he'll just be able to go back there all the time just to refuel if he needs to.
I like how it's always super easy to find lifeless planets when you need them, except for Star Trek II. In Star Trek II, it takes you like months to find a lifeless planet. It's definitely hard not to draw a couple parallels between that and Genesis. It definitely wasn't to the same degree. All he needed to do was make spores grow fast.
Yeah.
Didn't need to make an actual environment. But yeah, it was an interesting bit of science, nice visuals. I love the rockets going down. And I also... we got totally played on the preview for this episode when they had Georgiou talking about how to win the war, and they showed you the graphic of all these rockets launching out of the Discovery, but they were actually just spore things.
Yeah. No genocide going on yet. Chris, what do you think about next week's episode?
The preview looks pretty interesting. I don't know how we get to this party planet. That can't be Qo'noS.
Straight out of Enterprise, yeah. It's gotta be like a side party planet.
Or something like that. So what's going on the rumor mill right now is I think Georgiou's plan is going to have something to do with the augment virus. And, that's going to get unleashed on the Klingon homeworld just because they're doing their whole remain Klingon thing right now. And they were talking about how their purity and their culture remaining the same. Even this episode is a big thing for them. And I think that would be pretty interesting, a little ballsy. But I think... a solid half of what's making that the big rumor right now is just people that can't get over that Klingons look different. And I'm one of them.
No, okay, but honestly, what is the main complaint about them? Just that
they don't look like Klingons.
Well, it wouldn't fix what Enterprise established as to why the Klingons were different in the original series compared to TNG. Because they did a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
But it would, possibly put them back to the Klingons that we know.
Yes. I don't know, man. I think just changing the Klingons anymore, I think only creates more problems.
At this point, you just basically be cutting off yet another kind of thing of yours.
Yeah.
Like, you establish this, stick with it.
Yeah.
It's just like in Star Wars when Rian Johnson said, like, these are Rey's parents, but JJ might change that. You just established it, shut up, and stick with it.
Yeah.
Did you have any final thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a little slow. I don't mean that in a bad way. I said I was happy that we got some time to slow down and actually have these characters talk and interact with each other. And that's how you get your character building and your character development, is you have them talk and interact and you see what happens.
Yeah, actually, wasn't it Kayla Demircha actually sat down at a table and talked to somebody? She said something.
She got lines, and we've brought this up before. It's like, why is this person still on board?
Welcome back.
I mean, all you do is like cut to her when someone mentions war or something, but like narratively, why did you bother saving this person?
I got this metal plate because of you. I do have a few things, like if Vok is gone, then I felt that was pretty easy. I think you're right though, the surgery and that would have done that, but if he doesn't lingerly come back somehow, then I'm gonna just mark that in my list of things they're dropping pretty easily, because that made Vok pretty easy to defeat. He was basically a footnote then in this grand scheme of things, where I thought he was going to be something bigger. And
I guess
if he
that's
isn't
true.
something bigger, then tell me what the big villain of this thing was, because you can't say it was Lorca.
Yeah. I guess that was true. It's like going back to our first episode, I think we had pretty high hopes for Vok and what that was going to turn into.
Yeah.
And when the whole Vok Tyler thing started coming about, yeah. And you know, now that you mention it, it didn't really amount to much.
And like, we can still go back and put on that torchbearer outfit and kick some serious ass in it, because it was a cool outfit.
Yeah.
Just like Tilly. Maybe he'll have flashes and personality will come back.
Maybe.
I mean, you can cut out a cancer and it can still come back, so.
And Klingon personalities are hardy.
We flayed his skin, cracked his bones open, sawed his heart into pieces. You think that'll be the worst of it? And they start shaving down the tips of your fingers.
They did a lot of damage to that guy, and somehow his body was still alive.
Yeah, I need to I need to get myself a bunch of anesthetic and get rich selling it to Klingons, apparently.
Yeah. Well, you could be like Harry Mudd.
Yeah.
But you need a Stella, and your Captain Killy's gone. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Hey, Chris, before you go crying again, can you tell me next week's episode?
No.
Me neither. It's like 15.